Hey everybody, Weem here. Welcome to Everquest Next Landmark. So this is a new MMO that is primarily focused on crafting and building. In fact, you can see I've got a pickaxe, an axe down there in my toolbar, and then a crazy little icon with a plus bar on it, or a plus icon on it. So essentially, Everquest Next Landmark is an MMO that's connected to the upcoming Everquest Next MMO, a game that is being worked on currently. I believe it's going to be out this year, maybe next year. I haven't really followed its release very closely, but essentially last year they made an announcement. They had a presentation talking about Landmark, and essentially it was going to be this these worlds you could go into, you could stake a claim, you could gather materials, build things, and in fact, the things that you could build, you could actually save as templates, and they could find their way into Everquest Next. So, as Everquest Next is currently being worked on, they're kind of bringing those tools into this game. So, we get access to those tools, we make things that can be incorporated into their game. One of the things that got me really excited about this was in the presentation they made last year, I think it was around August, they talked about this idea of players making templates and posting them up on their store. So the store isn't live yet, that's coming later in beta, but essentially you will have all of these templates to choose from, and you could buy them and then use them to build things here in your world. Now, I say buy, and when I say that I mean they could be bought with actual cash. And one of the things that I got really excited about was this idea, and they kind of explained it this way, that imagine I make a tower. I go out, I gather the materials, I make a tower. I can actually sell the template for that on the store for, say, 99 cents, and people could buy that and build with it. Now, to take that a step further, someone could actually take the template of my tower and then use it as part of a castle that they built. And in that system in the store, it would actually look and see, well, Weem's tower made up about 10% of this template that this guy made. So Weem, in fact, is going to get 10% of the profit of sales from that castle. So I thought, you know, that's a really cool model. I like making things. I've done some prefab stuff with Neverwinter Nights 2. Pretty much games that let you go in and model things. I like to go in and just make stuff. It's just kind of fun. The money thing aside doesn't really matter. No one's really going to get rich from this stuff, but it's just kind of a fun little thing. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to check that out. Well, it is now here. The alpha has been going for a bit, but the NDA just released, so I actually jumped in and bought access to this. So I have the Explorer's kit, essentially, and that was $60 to get instant access to the alpha. There is a $19 version that lets you get into the beta, but beta doesn't start until the end of next month. So I've got my Explorer outfit on here. This is part of buying into the Explorer kit. I think it's called a kit, the Explorer, something like that, yeah. And you'll see people running around here with Founders in front of their name. That's the even more expensive one. But essentially, I also have this pickaxe. It is both a pick and an axe. I can chop trees and dig with it. And also just have a kind of the standard axe out here. This one having replaced my stone axe. So this is kind of the benefit of buying in. I've got the gear, I've got the pick, I've got the clothing I'm wearing. Let me jump into my inventory. I've also got a couple extra bags. I've got another pair of clothing here I can wear, and an Explorer flag I could put down, kind of indicating that I am in the Explorer program, essentially. And then we have the claim flag. So one of the big elements to this is that you've got this whole wide open world, and you can actually go out and stake your claim, as this person has done in front of us and is working on some kind of structure. Looks kind of cool, but let me get into that staking a claim. I'm going to jump to the map here. You can see here we are, Weemcast. We're at the Nexus, which is at the center of what they call an island, even though it's very square. We've got this island. Now the orange is all this material. When you see a big chunk of it, it's not necessarily that big. If you run out, it will be kind of smaller than that. Things kind of change on the go. But what I want you to focus on here are these kind of translucent squares here. You can see these larger ones, and then there are smaller ones here. So this one's kind of easier to see here. So when you go stake a claim, that kind of designates an area like this, and you can do anything you want within that area. Additionally, it puts up an area around that's called the buffer. So no one else can stake a claim in that buffer, but no one, including you, can actually build in that area. Now, That's odd, right? Because there's some overlap. You see a number of things overlapping here. The thing is, there are 3 dimensions here, so you can actually stake claim underneath someone, for example, down the hill from someone. So there is that to consider. Now, right now, it doesn't look like there's anything immediately nearby. We may be able to get kind of crafty and find a place we could build underneath somebody's. But basically, if you pan out, you'll see out at the outer edges. It's a little hard to see here during the day, but out here in the edges, there are some open areas to claim. Now, additionally, not only will you be crafting and everything, but eventually they'll be adding in monsters that you'll have to defend yourself from, and other items and things. I believe there'll be drops from the mobs. You right now can mine, you know, all the materials, dirt, stone, copper, but you can also progress your tools through various tiers. So right now we're tier 1. We can't get some of the other materials till we get up in our tiers a bit. Now, I don't have any crafting bench or anything, so there's no sense in staking a claim. If we were to say stake a claim way out here somewhere, let's see, if we went way out here to the left, we would still have to run back here to the Nexus in order to craft anything at one of these guys. So what we need to do is make ourselves a workbench of sorts. Now, if I come in here and scroll this down, the crafting station, you'll see we've got, for example, the saw table. And it shows us what we need and how many of those we have. I do have 10 copper ingots. I've made some ingots, but that's it. I do have some wood and everything, but the only thing I've crafted are those ingots. Now, I think what we'll do is maybe do some more of those. Let's see, metal, copper ingots. We can make 17 more. Let's go ahead and just craft 10 more. Go ahead and start that. So this bar is to craft all 10. You see we can only make 14, 13, 12. That's how many we can make, so it's fewer and fewer of those. So now we've got 20 copper ingots. So if I come in here to copper pick, for example, you can see we have enough material to make a copper pick. Of course, the one we have right now, I believe, is better. I think it's all tier 1. The copper and the thing that I've got here are tier 1, but this can be used in both chopping wood and gathering up stone, and I think it's faster, so we'll stick with that. So what we need to do is essentially gather materials enough to make the crafting guys here. So let's actually go back here again. So what I haven't done is looked at these guys. So the forge, there's some ingots we need here. So we're going to have to kind of get progressed as far as our gathering goes, because we are tier 1. Let's see. We have some tin, but we don't have tin ingots yet. What does it take to make a tin ingot? Let's take a look here. Metal. This is not something I've looked at. So we can't make any. It says we can make 0. So it does take 100. So we're going to have to gather a whole lot more tin. Much, much more tin. Actually, I'm sorry. Is it, let's see. What did that say here? Yeah, okay, 0. So we need a lot more of that. Let's see, what else do we have here? Now, there's various accessories you can make. We can make a grappling hook. I actually don't know how that's used yet. The funny thing is you can climb up any peak, any mountaintop back there in the distance, no matter how steep it is. You can just kind of climb up it, no problem. So maybe that has a use later. Props, we have a vault. That's cool. And yeah, basically you have all kinds of different things you can make and kind of to furnish your home and your base of operations. So additionally, one kind of other interesting thing here, as I mentioned before, is we'll be progressing in the tools that we've got here. And it looks like that's some of this stuff here. So we can actually get the delete tool. The heal tool allows you, if you delete a bunch of ground, and when you delete ground, by the way, you don't actually gather the resource, it's just gone. You can use the heal tool to kind of set it back to how it was. And the selection tool, so that's going to take some of this material. But as you can see, we've got a whole lot of material we need to be gathering in order to kind of get to a point where we're ready to stake a claim somewhere. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually run out and show you gathering some of this material. We can't gather this, it's too near the Nexus. I've tried that already. But we can run out here, and really we could just start digging anywhere and start picking up earth. But let's cruise over here. Here we go. Oh, in fact, I believe this is tin right here. We definitely need tin. So I'm going to hold down on this. You'll see it actually digs into the ground. On the left, you see we're gathering some material, but it looked like it was just dirt and stone, unfortunately. Let's gather this up. There you can see we get some copper ore. Oh, we had a chunk of 59 there. Now you also get rare materials. You can see we've got elemental copper. I think I was kind of getting that at the rate of about 1 for every 100 or so copper I was getting. That was kind of its rarity. Now, is this just stone? I don't know. Let's try this. See if we can gather this. We're not getting the error, and it's just dirt and stone, it looks like. So this is all voxel based. There's actually a setting you can change to turn off the voxel smoothing or something along those lines. It makes everything look like Minecraft. It's very blocky. It does take a little bit too. It takes a couple seconds for that to kind of load in. So maybe I'll show you that later. But for now, what we need to do, like I said, is we need to be gathering a whole lot of material. Now we can zoom out here and kind of see what's nearby, but some of this isn't very telling. Sometimes you'll see a big chunk of copper, you'll get there and there's in fact nothing there at all, or it'll be a lot smaller than it looked like on the map, so kind of hard to trust that. In fact, even when you can see it as we can see ahead, you'll get up close to it and it will disappear, or it'll be really small. So those are things that we're going to be considering. Now let's back up. This, we're not quite sure here. Let's try this. This is just dirt and stone. Well, we have essence of earth. But otherwise, yeah, just earth and dirt and stone. So we've got a huge mountain over here. I'm not seeing any particular materials. Well, we see a chunk here, but I don't think I can gather this. Let's go over here. Okay, well, there you go. That was an example. It was here and it disappeared, but I don't think I could have gathered that anyway. Now, let's look at this. Looks like somebody's been over here. Now, we walked into this guy's claim, so you can see it said Peepa's Claim, welcome. You can actually put a message here. And what did they do? So they did theirs in the ground here, and they've got this saw going, and it looks like we can use it. And I believe you can turn these off and not allow other players to use them. I've seen some claim messages that said feel free to use the station, so that's something to keep in mind. I suppose if we wanted to go out and stake a claim far away, if I scroll this out, it could be that we find that there's a claim nearby that has all of the stations and allows you to use them, in which case it's not a big deal to go ahead and stake a claim when we don't have the tools. But mostly I'm just going to kind of run around here a little bit and try and find some new material. Okay, I've been gathering some materials, and they've got the one crafting station there at the Nexus, but I remembered that there was this structure right here somebody is working on. Kind of got these walls up here and corners, and we step into this and it says it's Tyreth's home. Feel free to use the station. In fact, there he is roaming around. Excuse me. And so I started looking through these different workstations. Now, this is kind of the guy we would like to have. It lets you build everything that other crafting station did back at the Nexus. If I cruise over here, we have a sifter, and this is kind of what I want to get to right now. This allows us to build, excuse me, some simple things, and we got the saw over there for some wood planks. But here, if we come in here, we've got these bags. Now, this is the guy I'm kind of focusing on here. It says that we can get a small bag containing a few pieces of ore. That's what we can make from 3,000 pieces of dirt. Now, I don't really have any use for this dirt, but I do for some ore, so I thought I would try this out. I have not tried this yet. So let's do this. Okay, we'll craft one of those for now. Now let's go in here and see. I don't know how we get that. It says that we have a small jute bag of ore. I don't know if that just appears in here though. Let's see. And we didn't see it in the main inventory. Okay. Odd. Okay, what do we have here? Same thing. I can't do that though. And we can do one here for gems too. Now it uses a lot of stone, but I'll probably get a lot more stone, right? And we do need gems. So in looking at some of the tools, they do require a few gems. And so let's go ahead and do this as well. Okay, so now we have these bags of gems. So I think we might have to do something with that here. I'm not quite sure. Let's see. It's not accessories, metal. We have ingots. No, just the ingots. It says we got, can I click on the name? No. Let's see here. Okay, I'm not really sure. Now, one of the things I was looking at, if I recall correctly, let's see, what was I looking at here? See, now I'm going to have to try and remember. Was it this guy? Okay, this is requiring a jute, I guess a plant? I don't know if this is kind of a filler icon. I think it is. I was hoping that I would get this bag I would get to open up and have some gems inside. I was like, yeah, that'll be cool. So anyway, I'm going to have to figure that out. But one of the things I thought I would show you is that, what is going on here? Why do I have a green bar there? Oh, it's in use. He's using it over there probably. Yes. He's chopping the tree down. Gotcha. Totally throwing me off. So one of the things I noticed here is that you can see that the bronze pickaxe allows the mining of iron, aquamarine. So I cannot do that currently with this tool. So a bronze pick would be great to have. The bronze pick does require a copper pick though. So we do have that. So that's cool. We don't need to make one. But we've got this tourmaline or tourmaline. We definitely need that. And I'm guessing that I can gather that. I just have not run across that yet. We got tin ingots, and we, of course, we need the planks. So here we can cut up some planks. Looks like we can make a good chunk of them. Let's go ahead and make 10. Can I, like, type 10 in there? Whoa, that is not what I wanted. Not what I wanted at all. That was the 0 key. It was trying to claim territory. Let's not do that. Let's see. 10. Because we definitely need these planks. Now, what's up with the jute? What is up with the jute? I have a feeling that you just use the bag of jute, that you don't actually get gems from it. Let me see. Let's take a peek at this. Yeah, this is just an item. It's not an item that we actually open up. So there's things that we're going to end up crafting that require one of these bags of ore versus getting specific ore out of there. So I don't think I'll make any more of those for now. They use a lot of the resources, and I'm not entirely sure how those will be used just yet. So here we can make an anklet. Let's see, we can make a band. Let's see, we can identify valuable minerals. Okay, easier. Let's see. Oh, this makes us faster. Let's see, I might have to consider that. I can make the tin, right? I might be able to make an ingot at this point. Let's actually see about that. I do need tin ingots. Okay, metal. Tin ingot. Okay, looks like we can make 3 and that's it. I suppose we can go ahead and get started on that if this button would work. There we go. We'll just go ahead and make these real quick. Okay. I don't know if there's a reason to hold on to the copper, or if I should just make the rest of it as ingots. I'm not really sure. Just want to click through here real quick and see what some of this stuff is. Okay. Okay, elemental tin. Oh boy, do I have to craft? Can I do that here? I didn't see that. Okay, maybe it's not an ingot that you make. Yeah, it's just the tin itself. And I guess I've got one of those. So definitely have to do a whole lot more gathering of tin. So there still is quite a bit of material for us to be gathering. Can't remember what this does exactly. Transports you somewhere. Looks like I can jump on top of it. I thought you could walk through one side of it. I thought I did that once. Yeah. It transports you somewhere. Not to the Nexus, though, I don't think. I mean, actually, maybe it is the Nexus, and it only works if it's yours. I'm not really sure. Okay, well, anyway, we're kind of speculating here. Essentially, like I said, I've got a lot more material to gather. We need a lot more tin to get the elemental tin, things of that nature. I'd really like to be able to make one of these guys. Clicking on it just says crafting, so I think that is like the... Let's see. See, I don't actually see it in here. It's none of these. Huh. It's a building tool. No, I thought we looked at this too. In fact, we can actually buy these now. You can see that we can get the heal tool for 1 dirt. I guess we could just go ahead and do that right now. That's a slow one. So there are more than these. These are just kind of the base guys. We already had the add tool. You start with that. So they make you kind of come in and craft these even though it just takes 1 dirt. Show that you've been out and experienced the world at least a little bit. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and grab both of these, the selection and delete tool, while I'm here, and then go look for some more materials. See if we can get some gems. Definitely need some gems. Okay, well, nighttime has descended. You can see I actually haven't gone very far. I actually was talking to Tyreth here, this being his home that I was in there messing around with his tools, and I stepped out here, and sure enough there was some tourmaline here, and I didn't know if I could gather it. I could, so we've got a bunch of that. Another thing I wanted to mention was it turned out the 2 bags appeared in here that we crafted with his workbenches, and I was able to right click those, and they in fact had some agate and some copper ore. So that the way I assumed they worked initially, that is indeed how they worked, so that was cool. And yeah, now we have a whole lot more gathering to do. Let's see, I liked finding that tourmaline there, and I think I've actually passed it before. Seeing it now and seeing that I can pick it up makes me realize that I've run by it before, just assuming, I probably can't pick that up. So that's kind of a bummer because we definitely need that. But let's see, there's tons of copper. We don't really need copper. I'm gonna actually run out to the mountains out here, kind of show you just how easy it is to scale these things. Like I said, you can run up the sheer faces of mountains. It's kind of slow, but you'll make your way up. There is no fall damage or anything, so that's good. At least during this stage, there's none of that. None of that at all. Okay. So we can see Razor is up at the top there. Maybe we'll cruise up there and see what he has going on. I see a white speck up there. That might be tin. Actually, it just disappeared. How about this guy, though? Can't really tell. It's kind of dark. So, looks like nothing, really. Or something I can't harvest. Interesting. Dirt and stone, otherwise, or stone. So, let's climb up here. Let's see what he's got going on. So here you go. You can see we're walking up. This is actually pretty quick. A lot of times it slows down. So, oh, there we go. Razor's Claim. Tools are in the back if you need them. Let's go around here. It's got an entrance. What's he got? Steps down here. It's very dark in here. Very dark indeed. Looks like there's still work to be done. A basement of sorts. Okay. He's got a door up there. He's just standing up there. That's cool. He's got a cloak on. Now, it did say Founder, so he has the Founder's Pack. That may have come with a cloak. I didn't look at it too closely. I didn't intend on spending $99. Okay, there he is. And otherwise in here, I don't see actually any tools or anything. So it looks like he's giving us a wave. He asked if we need tools. We'll just tell him we're mostly exploring. It looks like he's dropping everything down here anyway, though. So that's cool. It's good to know you can pick them up. I assumed that you could move them around and everything, but it looks like it's probably pretty easy to drop them back into your inventory and everything. So, excellent. He's got these walls going on. You can see these kind of jagged edges here. Again, eventually you can get the tool that helps smooth these out. It's kind of one of the interesting things about this is that you just don't get access to all that modeling, all the really cool modeling tools right away. You got to work towards it. So, anyway, he's got a pretty cool setup here. Torches, lighting looks pretty good. Otherwise, it's pretty dark, but he has the view. This is the view from way up here. So anyway, we're going to run around again. Like I said, we're going to look for some more resources, and yeah, I hope you've kind of enjoyed this exploration of EverQuest Next Landmark. I will be doing at least one more video of this. I think in the meantime I'm going to gather a whole lot of materials, and when we come back we're going to craft some of the things that we need. We're going to go stake our claim and see if we can't build something at least kind of cool, if not just functional. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. If you like this video, please do give it a like, share it with others. I would definitely appreciate that. And if it seems like you guys are really into this, maybe we will do more than just one more episode. So thanks again for watching, you guys. I will catch you next time.